Rain lashed down, turning Wood River's main street into a slick black mirror. Shop windows, once bright with the promise of commerce, reflected only the distorted, rain-streaked neon signs above. Thunder cracked, a deafening roar that shook the foundations of the buildings. This was not a night for anyone to be outside. This was a night for hiding. The air, thick with the smell of ozone and wet asphalt, carried a new, chilling scent, the sickly sweet stench of decay. It clung to the back of the throat, a constant reminder of the horror that had gripped the town. A horror that stalked the streets, driven by a single-minded hunger. The storm had been the harbinger. It had come suddenly, blanketing the town in an unnatural darkness. Then from the shadows they emerged, the Tarmen. Their arrival had been swift, their hunger insatiable. They craved only one thing, living flesh. Inside a boarded-up diner, a single figure moved. John, his face grimy, tightened his grip on a crowbar. His eyes, though bloodshot with fatigue, burned with an inner light, the light of defiance, the light of a spirit untouched by the darkness outside. He was a beacon of life, love, and truth in a town drowning in death and despair. The diner, once a place of warmth and laughter, was now his sanctuary, his fortress against the encroaching darkness. He'd barricaded the doors, reinforced the windows, anything to keep them out, but he knew it was a temporary reprieve. They could smell him, smell the life pulsing in his veins, and they were coming. John took a deep breath, the metallic tang of fear a bitter taste in his mouth. But fear was a luxury he couldn't afford. He had to survive, not just for himself but for the memory of those he'd lost, for the hope that one day, somehow, this nightmare would end. A guttural moan echoed from the street, sending a shiver down John's spine. He moved to the window, peering through a crack in the boarded-up frame. Lightning flashed, illuminating the street in a brief, stark tableau. A group of tar men shambled past, their bodies glistening black and viscous in the downpour. Their eyes, two glowing embers in the darkness, burned with an unholy hunger. Their skin, a patchwork of glistening tar and rotting flesh, stretched taut over their skeletal frames. Their teeth, bared in grotesque grins, were stained a sickening yellow, but it was their eyes that truly terrified. Empty sockets filled with a malevolent intelligence devoid of any humanity. Brains. The word, a guttural rasp, sliced through the air. It was followed by another, then another, until the night was filled with their chilling chorus. Brains, brains, brains! They craved the sweet release of devouring a living mind, to add another soul to their ranks of the damned. John knew what he had to do. There was no escape, no reasoning with these creatures. The only language they understood was violence. He grabbed his crowbar, the cold steel a comfort in his hand. He took a deep breath, steeling himself for the fight ahead. The first Tarman crashed through the window, showering him with splintered wood and glass. John reacted instantly, bringing the crowbar down on its skull with a sickening crunch. The creature crumpled to the floor, its skull caved in, but more were coming. John fought with the ferocity of a cornered animal, each swing of his crowbar, each blast from his shotgun, a testament to his will to live. The air filled with the sounds of battle, the clang of metal on bone, the roar of the shotgun, the gurgling moans of the undead. John knew he couldn't hold out forever. He was outnumbered, outmatched, but he would go down fighting, and he would take as many of them with him as he could. Remember, if you ever find yourself facing the Tarmen, there's only one rule: don't get bit.